Episode 186. Komoi is still stuck in the turning mist for just a little bit longer. I guess she has a few loose ends that she wants to wrap up. By which I mean I want to wrap them up. So I'm projecting them onto her. I guess it's really just this one Moogle quest, I think. There's also something like, maybe, a quest chain over here. I don't think this was actually a quest connected to an Aether Current though, so I don't consider it a quest chain. I think it just unlocked after we completed some stuff on the main story, so probably just this and whatever quest might be tied to this Maundering Moogle. And then we can leave for whatever else. I don't remember. I'm sure I will later. Hide and seek seemed like a fun game at first, but I had no idea everyone would be so good at it. Now I just want to go home. Could you find the other 3 Moogles and tell them it's time to leave, Kupo? Who knew hide and seek could be so tiring? Find the other Moogles so we can go back home. A fitting quest to wrap up our Moogle side quest hell or whatever. Tell all the Moogles to go home. I thought I could jump up here. I can't. This is going even further than I thought. Even further still. Really gotta go around the long way, huh? Is this even the right way? I guess so. How else are you supposed to get up? Maybe from that rock over there? I'm not gonna try though. You actually found me? Oh, well I suppose it's time to go home, Kupo. Before I jump down, no more up here, right? No. Where's that third one? I can't believe you found me. I'll find an even better hiding spot next time, Kupo. It's gotta be over here, right? Otherwise, why would the circle go in this direction? If not over here. Play enough Final Fantasy XIV and you start to understand with not a sixth sense, but like second-hand nature or whatever, the distribution of objectives within the circle of search or whatever. I fell asleep in my hiding place. I think I'll return to my comfy bed. You do that. These stairs are way too big for a Lalafell. I guess they were built by Ellison. Muttering Moogle, Emasculated Moogle, and a Patient Moogle. Emasculated. Huh. You seek better than most Moogles. I guess I'll have to practice hiding at home. Hiding is such taxing work. I suppose it's time to train. How did you find me, Kupo? You're too clever by half. Unbelievable. You've already found all the Moogles. Finally we can go home. I've never seen such skillful seeking in my life, Kupo. Sorry to make you find everyone. We usually don't hide this well. You'll be the first one we invite to our next game. Do want to trash that later. It's just kind of fogging up my inventory, I guess. At least it's in a separate inventory from like my normal inventory. But that just makes it harder to find when I want to sell it or whatever, I guess. Lugging dirt isn't nearly as fun as hide and seek. What a bore, Kupo. Gardening is hard, Kupo. Maybe I'll just go home. The gardener told us to help clean, Kupo. and we just wanted to play hide and seek. The mean old gardener won't let us play hide and seek, Kupo. Gardener, huh? This one? Well, it just unlocked. This definitely wasn't here before. So that means we got a quest chain to finish up. At least this one is directly connected to the Aether Current. It's not just like some unrelated quest unlocked by doing the Aether Current quest. It's like, well, I guess this guy's completely different from those other guys that we just helped out. But I mean, they work under this guy, right? So it's at least some relationship. There's so much work to be done, and so many Moogles do nothing but play. Say, you look like a serious sort. Would you deliver something to Margome for me, Kupo? Is Komori the serious sort? Yeah, I think so. I have a pot here filled with rich black loam from the surrounding area. Please deliver to my friend Margome in Margome. He'll be ever so happy. Oh, do we gotta... Okay, we don't actually have to carry it. Which means we can just teleport. What an easy quest. It's almost too easy. There's no sauce to it, no lore or whatever. My friend Margome in Margome will be elated at the delivery. There's no soil richer. At least we can get on to the actual meat of this episode pretty quickly. I think the first thing we're going to do is continue the main quest so that we meet with Sid or whatever. And then once we get a good breaking point or something, there should be one in the main story somewhere, that's when we can ditch everything to learn the tricks of the trade as the machinist. Oh right, this Moogle looks after the flowers, so that's why we're delivering the soil. Right. Oh, the adventurer is back. What do you need, Kupo? High quality black loam. While the high concentration of beastkin dung contained in this textured soil makes it suited for growing all manner of plants, it also makes it weak to the 7th heaven. Soil from Zenith? My friend knows exactly what I like. You see, this soil is especially rich because of all the flowers in the area. It'll be perfect for my garden, Kupo. So how is Zenith? Majestic as always? Us Moogles are in charge of keeping it spick and span for Hraesvelgr. Okay, yeah, here, we're getting the lore actually. So these Moogles do actually have jobs with the dragons, I guess. Interesting. Yeah, I guess even an aging structure that's like just stone and whatever would need to have some upkeep, at least to some degree or something, just so it doesn't fall apart. I mean, not the stone necessarily, but more like, I don't know, just the gardens around is what he's talking about. Maybe whatever else. Cleaning. Do dragons need cleaning on their stone structures? I don't know. But if they do, these Moogles are here for it. In return, the Great Worm advises us when we run into trouble with the vicious dragon serving Nidhogg. Oh wait, we've got more quests. Except, wait. Is this actually part of a quest or what? I'm pretty sure these two are always here. But the trick here, the problem here, is that there are two now. One of these could have been hidden behind Mogmo's... whoever we accepted this quest from back here, could have been hidden behind that quest. And the other one could have been here all along, so one of these could be part of the quest chain, I just don't know which one. They're both level 54. Let's do a quick check on this. Complete. Where do the side quests go? I don't think they show up here. Shouldn't they? Well, it doesn't matter. It probably wouldn't yield that much information. If it is following up on that flower stuff, then I would guess it'd be this Dream Blooms. However, this one says the next step of his perfect garden, so if they're calling it the next step, then this is probably the next quest following that previous quest. I'm just going to assume it is. Yeah. Rockholm's upper layer is bathed in sunlight. That's why the Kupo trees grow lush and leafy. I think a few would look perfect in my garden. I only want the best trees, and that means the best Kupo nuts. Mogzia tends to the greenery up top. Ask him if he can part with some. 5 should be enough, Kupo. And just to check. I might abandon this quest immediately, but if he mentions... No, he doesn't mention whatever Moogle we took this quest from, so... Neither of them mentioned that, so none of them are explicitly the next quest in that quest chain. But I'm just going to guess that Nutjob is the one that is part of the quest chain. Actually, maybe both of them aren't even part of the quest chain. He could have always had those too, and I just never noticed. Well, if this isn't part of the quest chain, I guess we're doing it anyway. And if that other one is part of the quest chain, then I guess I'll look it up later and come back to it. Either way, it's getting done, if it is part of the chain. I'm being very particular here about doing all of the chain quests to the Aether Current quest. Ah, so Magmo is in need of Kupo nuts. He has been a good friend. Very well, take as many as you need. Just pick them straight from the branches, Kupo. Okay, this is actually good, because I was wondering what a Kupo tree is, or where these Kupo nuts come from. Oh, it's these ones, these tiny ones? I wouldn't have even thought. Oh, here they are growing on it. Finally, I finally know where the Kupo nuts come from. These tiny trees. For tiny Moogles. And their tiny nuts. No, there are more all around. It seems like it might have actually been just a normal quest. Because it's just kind of right here in Mogholm. As in, not part of a chain. Oh well. If we learned where the Kupo nuts come from, then it would be all... then it is all worth it. Patch 7.2 is in full swing, but there's still more to come. Some might even say the heavier content is going to come out in patch 7.25 or 2.1 or whatever. 2 huge things coming to the game, at least huge in my books. One being the Shade Triangle, the Bermuda Triangle equivalent that they're releasing in one of the later mid-patch patches. I can't jump down here. How'd I get up here in the first place? What the hell? There we go. Basically going to be something just like Eureka, or... what's that other place called? The Boston Front? Whatever that place is called. Another huge thing like that. With more to come in later patches as well. And on top of that, they have a similar thing going on for crafters and gatherers. That's going to be fun. I know Mogzia will pull through, in providing only the best. Were you able to find the nuts I require? The flavorful seed of a kupo tree. The kupo nut is cherished by Mughals across the realm. This particular nut is especially plump. Here are your plump nuts. My thanks. I couldn't have picked firmer kupo nuts myself. The trees which sprout from these will be the envy of gardeners everywhere. One day people from the surface will visit Mogholm in numbers like never before, bringing shiny tools and other sundries I can barely imagine. On that day, I'll show them my glorious kupo nuts, and they'll have no choice but to trade for my superior product. Just you wait, Kupo. Alright, I think that's it. If I find out at a later time that this other quest is actually part of the chain, then I guess I'll come back and do it when I have flying. For now we have a war to stop. Still. That hasn't changed. We completely failed in our quest to stop the war, so we have to continue in a different route to stop the war. Estinian's route. Oh, I could have used return. Damn. I bet Alfino used return. Didn't have to spend a go. When you last saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Santon. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, or mayhap even the Skysteel Manufactory. Oh, Alfino, we know all about the Skysteel Manufactory. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Aymeric would seem the obvious choice, but there is no guaranteeing he will be available to grant us audience at such short notice. Ah, I have it. Count Edmont's youngest son prides himself on knowing all of the Holy Sea's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Amanelaine is about. I was somewhat hoping that we would be directed towards the Skysteel Manufactory. Give me an excuse to go on a tangent to upgrade Komoi's machinist skills. You guys holding down the fort? It's been a while. When it comes to, exchanging information of uncertain origin, Lord Amanelaine is something of a prodigy. We were fortunate to find Lord Amanelaine at home. The tavern keeper's loss is our gain. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say, and say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius has cropped up more often than most. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship the Holy See commissioned to actually fly. It would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing, and I'll wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Gomori. We must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. If you do find Master Garland at the airship landing, I trust you won't forget who told you where to look. Credit where credit's due and all that. We'll never forget. This guy's been waiting a while. How long has he been waiting? Since level 50, huh? Probably ever since we arrived here and completed the introductory quest for, like, becoming a ward of House Fortops, I guess. Not really a spoiler, but there's gonna be at least one or two more guys like that guy waiting a while. On my main character, I always feel bad that I never completed their quests. If I ever have to kill time here in Ishgard again, they might be the first ones that come to mind. Oh hey, it's Artoriel. He's just kinda here. What are you doing here? Does the story not require you somewhere else? A magnificent view, is it not? When I need to think on something, I like to come here and watch the clouds glide by. That's all, huh? Oops. I meant to bump into the invisible wall and hop onto the railing, but there was actually floor beneath us. This is what I meant to do. Imagine if this invisible wall wasn't here. What a fall that would be. I guess you might hit that awning first, though. Oh, there they are. They're just right here. Can we find Alphinaud looking around? Get some flavor dialogue? Probably not. What about you? What's the flavor? The hot gossip? What's popular among kids these days? Looks like it's bread. And standing out in the cold, apparently. What's that? There are dragons coming. Sorry, can't talk now. I have to finish this job and get out of here. If Ishgard comes under attack, we'll have to get out of the city pretty sharpish. Don't much like the idea of leaving a job half finished, though. I forget what they sounded like in their actual voice cutscenes. It doesn't matter. Are they ever voiced again? I don't actually know. Gomoy, Alphinaud, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I am sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you we have need of a favor. We gotta fly into a big cloud. Another wind barrier, and you say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. The Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do. Some manner of weapon we could employ. Estinian stands vigil at the edge of the turning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on, the Manufactory's not far. Oh, we are going to the Manufactory. Good. Perfect excuse. Now what's the perfect timing to interrupt the main quest? Do we do it right now and just say maybe it's going to take some time for them to actually finish up this project of theirs? Or do we finish this quest, pick up the next main quest, and then decide? It's hard to say, I don't know the exact story beats. We'll see. The Ishgardians have granted us the use of a small corner of their workshop, all part of the agreement. I think you'll see we've made the most of the space. They all want to build bigger, but we know where the future is headed. Smaller? Yeah, you get it, Wedge. You and me, you and Komoy. You get it. A lot of power in small things. Oops. I meant to talk to Alphinaud. Damn it, I don't think I get to... Oh wait, here we go. Shit. Thought I could deny the quest completion dialogue and then talk to Alphinaud. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're going to like this one, said Biggs a moment ago.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
Okay, I guess they are voiced again.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Oh, that is perfectly just fine, because that means we have the perfect excuse to wait, as in do side quests.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
Oh, we're doing this again.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
I'm gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna get that dialogue, first of all. Ah yes, the Skysteel Manufactory. As I recall, this workshop is primarily devoted to the construction of dragon-slaying weapons. Yep, we could tell you all about that. Okay, that's all I wanted. And then we can just skip the cutscene and accept the reward. It's that simple. Alright, now we actually have to decide here how we're going to do this. I'm as intrigued as you, Komoi. Shall we hear what news Tataru has brought us? Do we want to do this first before ranking up, or what? Judging by the story beats, we're going to go back to Eorzea and help out with all this Sultana stuff again. And by the time we come back, that'll be enough time for them to take off with their project. Let's say... let's talk to them first. My lads have outdone themselves this time. This is one of our best works, Komoi, no doubt about it. Isn't she a beauty? And actually, turn down that, please. Yeah, I forgot the annoying noise here. Are we going to do this right now? It doesn't really matter what quarter I do this in. Let's hear Tataru out first. If I turn that back up. General Raoban says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Komoi, pressing though Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Danalan, and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphinaud. To the waking sands, warrior of light. 'Tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness. Okay, Alphinaud is going off. But I'm going to say... Komori is actually deciding to stay behind because she is actually a machinist. And she can actually help complete the mana cutter. Sort of. And I guess the way that she's going to help it is by helping out FFXIV. This is a very loose excuse for just doing this at this point in the main quest, but it's the best way that I could segue into this. By helping out FFXIV, I guess she's going to, I don't know, free up some of his time to work on the mana cutter with Sid and Biggs and Wedge. Or maybe she's going to get some expert tutelage from FFXIV so she can help with this thing. So Alphinaud's going to go off towards Ul'dah or whatever with Waking Sands and just kind of do preliminary scouting or whatever while we work on the mana cutter, get it off the ground or whatever. And when we leave it in a place where we think it's in a good enough in their hands or whatever, that's when Komori is going to go join Alphinaud in the Waking Sands and pick up the main quest again. Kind of a stupid excuse, but that's the one I'm going with. Gotta turn that off. I always forget. Alright, so we're gonna do all of these quests up to level 60 right now, then continue the main quest. With our tourney victory, we have indelibly etched the machinist's presence in the minds of the Holy See. And now that my father has relinquished the running of the Manufactory to me, it would seem our fortunes have at last taken a turn for the better. Father has also formally responded to Lord Teedlegrinch, promising our support in House Dismail's next sortie. I'm not yet privy to the details of the operation, but I imagine the role Teedlegrinch will choose for us shall be both demanding and dangerous. In his attempt to humiliate the machinist, however, he will only provide us with another stage on which to prove our worth. A victory in the field will garner us greater support from the Holy See, and allow me to apportion funds towards the development of ever more potent weapons. Thus 'tis vitally important that we see this operation succeed, but an equally important matter must be addressed ere we delve too deeply into such concerns. The celebration of our tourney triumph. You must have Joy and Rosenthal join us for the festivities. But I believe Joy's services are yet required at the manor. Pray seek out our master of marksmanship. There I go again, forgetting the S whenever I try to speak it. Don't know why my mouse does that. Our master of marksmanship first, if you would. I guess because I try to say it too fast or something. My machinists deserve to enjoy their hard-won victory. Now's not the time for celebration. Again, we have a war to stop. That will never stop being true until the war is stopped. But I guess this is somehow going to help us repair the mana cutter or whatever. My excuse. A party, is it? Bah, I ain't going. All I did during the tourney was watch. How can you say that, Master Rosenthal? Without your instruction, we'd never have stood a chance. And now look at us, upstart commoners, defeating the likes of seasoned knights. I taught you how to shoot, but that tourney victory was something you managed all on your own. I can see arguing with you ain't getting me nowhere. I'll just drag you back to the workshop instead. But still, we can't begin the festivities without Joy. This time of the day, she'll be at her chores in the manor house. Maybe if you talk to the Count, he'll let her leave early to attend the celebration. She ain't one to abandon her duties half done, though. It'd be best to approach the Count directly, and not give her a chance to object. The lass is awful serious about her work. Wouldn't want her keeling over from guilt now, would we? The Count should be home if you don't mind talking to him. I'll be sure the instructor here makes it to the celebration. Do you have anything to say? Are you like here for the quest, or are you just always here? Judging by the fact that I can move around, he's always here. There's a joy to be... Oh, there is to be a celebration, is there? Ah, and naturally you have come to fetch joy. Pray return to the Manufactory, and I shall be along forthwith to explain why she shan't be attending. Well, that's that. Didn't even get a why. I mean, I guess he said he literally said he was going to come to explain why, so. I thought you had a shoot eye, but no wait, he already said that. Not you. Yup, it's all just the same. Everyone is present, yes? Once again, pray allow me to congratulate you all on your tourney performance. Ere you celebrate your victory, however, I have news. What is it, Father? 'Twas quite a sudden development, but joy has wed. Bloody hells. Well, there's another good reason to bring out the grog. Wed? I had heard naught of any engagement. She is gone, then? Joy's chambers at the manor have already been emptied, and now that she is married, I do not foresee her returning to the Manufactory. She left behind her firearm. Wait, what's Joy's getting married got to do with her leaving the workshop? Within the walls of Ishgard, 'tis usually the unwed would serve the manor houses. Many retire from such work upon the day of their marriage, as young Joy has done. 'Tis all too much. Now that we have at last earned a modicum of recognition, 'tis ill-timed indeed to lose so talented a machinist. 'Twould seem that familial circumstance demanded a swift union be made, but let us not bemoan what is lost. Let us instead raise a toast to the happiness Joy has found. You must needs accept that your colleague has moved on, and adapt your strategies accordingly, else Dismail will call upon you soon, and I expect to hear great things from this allied operation. A yawning abyss has opened in our ranks. How could she leave us without so much as a final farewell? Familial circumstances. Has something ill befallen her dad, I wonder? Celesto, you are acquainted with Joy's father? We oft hunted together. He was the one that suggested I try me hand here at the workshop. Told me his daughter had found herself a decent job with a fine employer. Then mayhap he can also tell you whither his daughter has gone. I would fain convince both the wife and her new husband to accept positions at the Manufactory. I'll speak with him, my lord. I don't much fancy taking to the field without Joy and her uncanny aim at my side. Even should Joy refuse my overture, however, we cannot simply abandon our obligation to house his mail. Rosenthal, you must drill your students without quarter. I'll push him as hard as you like, boss, as long as I'm fairly compensated. The celebrations shall have to wait, Komoe. Unless we can persuade Joy to return, the burdens of battle must be divided betwixt those of us who remain. But surely she will come back to us. Surely. Alright. Yeah, we have all the ranks needed to unlock the next quest. So I think with that, a better excuse is forming in my mind. What we were doing just now, my excuse again, is that we were trying to get Steph Nivian to help out, with Biggs and Wedge right behind him rather than just standing here. So we helped him try to, I don't know, get this celebration underway just so that he could get to work. Then he finds out Joy is missing, And now he has a huge workload with this gaping abyss in the machinist ranks or whatever that he has to personally fill in. So now we have to solve this whole joy thing before Stephanivian can help us help with the mana cutter or whatever. Yeah, that's my excuse. And then we can join Alphinode over in Ul'dah or the Waking Sands or whatever. There, a slightly better excuse for why we're doing all this when there's a war going on, or almost about to happen. This is still part of our pressing matter. Ah, there you are, Komoy. We never left. I guess he was too busy thinking about Joy. He must be really torn up about it. It would seem that 'tis not only Joy, but her father as well who has vanished from the city. Celestial is out asking questions, but there are few answers to be had. Rather than sit here on our hands whilst we wait for a revelation, however, I would prefer we begin preparations for our engagement alongside House Dismail. The Dismails have been struggling to restore the township of Falcon's Nest, an enterprise that has been interrupted time and again by marauding Dravanians. The signs, and a steady trickle of scouting reports, suggest that the dragons are massing for a significant assault on the settlement. Its fortifications are not yet complete. It will be the aim of the Allied operation to defend these half-finished structures from the ravages of the Horde. I expect House Hyonarte shall be positioned on the front lines of this conflict. Should we fight well, the dragons will be routed. Should we fight poorly, our reputation will suffer. From Lord Tealgrinch's perspective, either result is a victory. For the future of machinistry, however, we cannot afford to fail. Thus have I focused my energies towards designing an attachment that will improve our chances of success. Now the problem, which I was hoping you might help me solve, is the acquisition of suitable components. The swiftest way to create new technology is by repurposing the old. To that end, I would have you infiltrate Castrum Sentry and salvage a goodly number of War Machina parts. The Guardians there may take a dim view of your efforts to liberate their supplies. If I am to complete my newest invention in time, and also help you with this mana cutter project, I must needs take advantage of existing Magitech components. Fortunately, I hear that the Guardians have literal crates of the stuff, simply lying about in Castrum Sentry. It all comes together. Everything we're doing for Stephanivian we can always pretend is for the sake of the mana cutter. It's just that easy to pretend. If you pretend hard enough, anything can become real. Been a while since we were here. I thought since we were starting on like the level 50 through 60 quests for the machinist stuff, they'd actually have us be, well, doing those quests over in the Heavensward areas. I guess that is coming up. They did mention the Western Highlands. They also mentioned an attack coming from the dragons. We are trying to stop the war, but I guess it's like an advance party, not the main force. Obviously you can take this quest at any point in the game, so it can be before the main quest with the Dragon Song War, way after it, or in the middle like I'm doing right now. I guess it probably makes the most sense if you... Actually, I don't know what point in time it would make the most sense to do this in. Oh, gotta collect it. Doing it right now kind of makes sense, but it feels like there's a lull in dragon activity right now, where they're not actually attacking but preparing to attack. But if we wait too long, then it'll feel like they're attacking too late. Or something. Wow, that paralyzed. Oh, right. Collected. I don't remember if it happens, but I think if you like fail to collect the thing from the aggro ring, it might spawn more enemies if you take too long. It didn't right there, but it might, if I remember correctly. Which I might not. Alright, just give it this thing. And dead. And back to squad. That guy's still, yep, still hanging in there. He probably never leaves. With Joy gone from the workshop, I have no one else to whom I can entrust such duties. 'Tis no simple task, I know, but I must have those components. Splendid. These parts will do much to speed the construction of my invention, and Biggs and Wedge's invention. Now if only Joy were returned to us. Despite Celestio's most earnest efforts, however, it would appear that his contacts in the Broom have elected to spurn his inquiries. I sense an unseen hand, and a sizable purse, behind this sudden rash of reticence. Mayhap if you were to ask after the old hunter's disappearance instead, then the Broom's inhabitants would be more forthcoming. Oh, I see. You want us to ask them, huh? Yeah, I can see why they would answer to us. We must learn whither Joy and her father have vanished. Alright, what's the deal? You're answering to us now. Who? You mean the one whose daughter caught herself a husband in Falcon's Nest? He's probably there with her, ain't he? Oh, that was easy. His daughter caught herself a husband in Falcon's Nest. He's probably there with her, ain't he? That was really easy. How did Celestio not get these answers? He wasn't even trying. I guess we have to talk to these other guys, but that was pretty obvious. Like, one and done. Oh, why, the creaky old hunter. I hear he got himself pain work and saw his little girl get married on the same day. The husband said to be the brother of some famous carpenter, and that he don't even need a job to get by. No, I guess they're just repeating dialogue. Didn't realize I was just repeating the same thing this guy said when I read his second set of text. I guess this is giving us more information, but we could just go straight to the guy and learn everything from him directly. That old hunter fellow? I thought he'd left to start a new job someplace else. He was always cursing how his old wounds kept him from practicing his trade, but I suppose he found himself something new. Falcon's Nest. Were you able to wring any information from the Broom? Falcon's Nest. A new job for him, and a new husband for his daughters in Falcon's Nest. They've been taking on a good number of laborers and such to help with the town's restoration. Even a half-crippled old hunter might find some kind of work for himself there. Yes, my prospectometer points unerringly to the west. we shall head to Falcon's Nest and seek out Joy and her father. To Falcon's Nest, Komori, my prospectometer never lies. This one quest is going on longer than I thought it would have. These quests at this point in the game happen every 2 levels, so we got 54, 56, 58, and 60. There might be like multiple quests at those level ranks or whatever, but they'll just kind of go hand in hand, I guess. She must be here somewhere. Like one quest to give you an ability, and then another quest to follow up on that. I think that happened once before with our Machinist questline. Any sign of her? There she is. That was easy. His lordship? What is he doing here? Joy, please, I only ask that you listen a moment. Will you and your husband not consider working for me in the Manufactory? I can't do that, me lordship. I can't be a machinist no more. It's best for everyone if I leave that life behind. What do you mean, best for everyone? Is that what is best for you? All I want for me is a simple life. One that doesn't cause problems for those who've shown me such kindness. I'm glad we could talk this one last time, your lordship. I'll be praying that you and your machinists get the recognition you deserve. Is that really it? I always thought Joy was happiest when she had the stock of her flintlock in hand. Will she now sacrifice that happiness for the satisfaction of others? I guess that is what she was saying. Or is it that she never truly wished to be a machinist, and merely suffered the training at my insistence? I guess she never really mentioned that. By arming the commoners, 'twas my intention to place them on equal footing with the nobles who seek to rule them. But caught in the throes of self-righteous ambition, mayhap I have treated them no better. Yeah, I guess we never, mainly Stefanivian, never really asked Joy, like, anything, really. I guess she was just kind of along for the ride most of the time. Just kind of took it for granted on our end that she was just the assistant machinist to the head machinist or whatever. Seems his lordship is having himself a crisis of face. Might be as you could lend him a sympathetic ear, eh? I'll join you back at the workshop in a bit. There's something I want to look into first. Ah, right. Hasn't been that long. Gonna get the auto crossbow right about now. Very important for AoE. Rotation. I have run my prospectometer through all possible permutations, but the result is always the same. We focus on preparations for the allied operation and the Encoder. So we just give up on bringing Joy back? Should we fail? Housed is male. Wait, hang on, was it Housed is male? I think I learned how it's actually pronounced not too long ago. Was it Dismal? No, that wasn't it. It was the male. House the male, right? Silent D. Should we fail House the male, then the reputation we built at the tourney will crumble into dust. We would have to begin again, brick by painful brick. A moment, me lord. I had lingered behind in Falcon's Nest to see if I could find Joy's father, but he was nowhere to be found. I've got a feeling something ain't right here. If Joy herself has no wish to be a machinist, then what more can I do? 'Tis not my place to meddle in her affairs. Oh, I see how it is. I thought you different from them other nobles, but you're all the same. Only interested in helping commoners as long as they're doing your bidding. Well, I've had enough of taking orders. It's time I went me own way. Kind of turned that on his head. My grand plans for the future of machinistry, have they all been in vain? We or you is, I guess, the main thing here. I guess Komori doesn't feel necessarily involved. That is for you to judge. Do not underestimate your own contributions. Speaking of which, I had promised to use those components you brought me to build a new weapon. No, Stefanivian, you promised to help with the mana cutter. If not else, we have certainly made advances in the field of machinistry. Such a tangible measure of progress cannot be ignored. Yes, my prospectometer was so overloaded with peripheral problems, I failed to see the practical evidence of our success. The path is steep, and our steps are small, but that does not mean the destination is beyond us. I will ask much of you in the coming days, Komori, and I shall see that you are the most well-equipped machinist in the short history of machinistry. This crossbow is very nice and all, but we've got Biggs and Wedge working right in the background there, needing your help. Maybe if we help him with his next quest, he'll actually turn around and help them. I'm so sure. Next thing we get is just an upgrade to our main rotation. Do I want to do this now, or is there like another quest that we can do with this little time that we have? Well, even if we picked up another quest, it'd probably take at least 5 to 10 minutes to do or something, probably 5 if I'm lucky. We'd still go over on time. Guess I'm just going to accept this quest and cut in the middle. Yeah, why not? I hope your firearm is loaded and ready, Komori. We have received our deployment orders from House of the Mail. Several groups of Dravanians are converging on Falcon's Nest, and we have been tasked with eliminating the fiends gathered upon the Black Iron Bridge. Knowing Teetelgrinch, and I unfortunately do, I would not put it past him to lure more foes onto the narrow structure simply to overtax us. And we must needs overcome this assault without Joy's help. Or Celestos, for that matter. He has yet to return since he stormed out the door. I will assemble our remaining machinists and lead them to Falcon's Nest. Pray join us there as soon as you may. Okay, fine. This is a pressing matter, we'll give you that. But after we're done with the dragons, you'll help with a mana cutter, right? We're doing this whole mana cutter thing for the dragons, for the whole Dragon Song War, so you understand the importance, yes? Here's Teetelgrinch. Again. Ah, Komori. I fear Celestos' departure has inspired his fellows to disregard my commands. You are the only machinist to answer my call to arms. Okay, he's really understaffed now. There's no way he's gonna work on the mana cutter. And in response to this insubordination, I've been forced to deploy what few knights we could spare, myself included. They even begged me to come along. As I've said before, fighting bloody dragons ain't in me contract, so they'll be paying me handsomely for the trouble. Is this House Hyonarte's entire company? You seem to be short a number of machinists. We are keeping our colleagues in reserve. For an operation such as this, We need field-only Komoi, the finest machinist in our ranks. Well, he started with a lie, but he ended with the truth. Your confidence is truly inspiring. Thankfully, however, there are few enemies threatening the Black Iron Bridge. Even with your sparse numbers, I dare say you shan't be sorely pressed. Celeste, have you come to fight with us? That all depends on you, my lord. We found Joy's father. He's being held prisoner in the broom. Held prisoner? You suspect this is some manner of coercion? Aye, we reckon they've been targeting Joy for a while. Their dad vanished right after he landed a job here in Falcon's Nest, and then Joy suddenly up and wed the brother of a carpenter working on the fortifications. As the male is behind this, or I'm a Chocobo's third cousin. Teedlegrunt, you cad. It's not too late. If we break her dad out, then Joy can abandon her farce of a marriage, and come back to the Manufactory where she belongs. But the bridge, the Travanians. Go. Joy is a machinist. As Manufactory Chief, 'tis your duty to attend to your employees. My knights and I shall march for House Hyonarte. But you needn't worry. They'll have yours truly fighting right beside them. Go up the boss, Komoi. If Komoi goes, then I'll stay behind. We promise machinists to the Zamails. Kinda hard to say that. And we don't want to break our word now, do we? Just one should be enough. Thank you. Thank you all. We shall conclude this matter with the greatest of haste, and return as swiftly as we may. You'll find one of our Manufactory machinists in the broom. He'll show you where Joy's dad is being held. Really making us go back and forth here. Didn't realize that cutscene would take so long, otherwise I would have ended the episode right before it. I guess what we're going to do is teleport here to the broom and say Komoi is going to take a look around, stand right in this place, and keep a solid eye out for wherever this guy might be being held. Surely she can find it by standing in one place and just turning her head left and right. I'm sure she'll find it eventually. Now would be a good time to take a break.